How you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna be a little silly today, probably. It's been silly the whole year 2025 so far, so we might as well keep it going. We're gonna try to learn a thing or two. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna spend a day in the shop fixing a bunch of cars, hopefully. We'll try to keep the ridiculousness at a fun, jolly level, lighthearted, nothing too heavy or dramatic. We don't do a lot of that here. That's for Hoovie's garage and stuff. So I'm gonna finish getting the shop open up and get these lights on. It's 48 degrees this morning. It's supposed to be 82, so it's gonna be double later. Hope it's nice where you're at. I'm working on my door window regulator. I started that last night. Of course, nothing fits quite right. I got like 5 different aftermarket components in the door. That doesn't mean I won't make it work. I'm gonna finish that up, get the shop open. We're gonna get started. Stay tuned. Cream Puff 2014 Mercedes. Got oil leaks. And customer request brake flush? That's weird. Let's take a look. Where is the hood? Oh, there it is. 114,000 miles. Pretty clean. The seats aren't holding up too well. It's 10 years old, so German cars, 10 years about all you get. This seat's probably been ripped for 3 years. So it's 7 years old or so. It started coming apart. People love them. I just watched a video, someone talking about how to tell what kind of woman you're dealing with, and he said if they're driving a high-end car like a Mercedes or a BMW, people still consider this high-end. I don't know. I don't. Let's see why they want the brakes flushed and see what's leaking oil. It's terrible. Well, something's leaking down the front of the motor. It's leaving stuff on the oil catch tray. These German cars all come with the oil catch tray on the bottom, so the customers know it's leaking for about 6 months, unless it's leaking really bad. Then they'll find out quick. I'm sorry guys, I know there's German car fans watching. I just can't help myself. I apologize. It's leaking pretty good out of the front here. It could be some of that looks like coolant. There's remnants of coolant. It almost looks like the head gasket in the front, because that's coolant above where that oil is, and there's tons of oil by where the head gasket and the block meet, but everything's dry above it. The valve cover's dry. I'm gonna have to look for service bulletins, see if they have problems with head gasket leaks and stuff. But that's what it looks like to me. I'm gonna take a look at the brakes, do an inspection, look at the wipers, all that stuff. But I like that it's nice and clean under the engine compartment hood there, Delio, what do you call it? Bonnet. It's clean under the bonnet. That's what I mean. They spelled broke wrong. Should be Mercedes broke. Let's see here. Look at this. It's a Mercedes wiper blade. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that might be original too. I don't know. All right, let's stop horsing around and make a little list. And before I go inside, one thing I noticed looking around is there is a lot of oil down there by the turbo. So a lot of times the turbo feed tubes will leak oil. Yeah, that's probably worse than what I'm seeing in front. That could even, I wonder if that could even be migrating. I'm gonna have to clean it all off, but it's hot. I don't want to spray it with anything just yet. There's oil feed lines that go to the turbo, and then there's oil drain back tubes that go back to the crankcase. Either of those could be the culprit. So I was heading in to look at service bulletins. I'm probably going to need to check into that too. Now, since this takes .4, rather than risking, I don't like to mix .3 and .4 in my brake fluid dispenser. I only keep .3 in that. So when I have a .4 car unless it's really nasty. If it's really nasty, then I put .4 in it temporarily and dump out whatever's left over when I'm done. But normally, like this one's pretty clean, so I'll just pull the fluid out of the reservoir, fill it with fresh .4. I'll do the 2 front wheels, and this will get pulled down quite a ways. I'll just refill it and do the 2 back wheels. If it's nasty, you got to run more fluid through it than that. But what you're really trying to do is, since the calipers are the sewer, the brake system, and everything follows gravity, and the sediment tends to collect in the most critical component that gets the most radical heat temperature changes, that's where you really got to focus on getting the nasty fluid out. Now, if I start pulling fluid out and it's really bad, then I'll almost empty the reservoir on each wheel. So it's kind of a judgment call thing. You just want to make sure you're doing right by the customer and getting the fluid clean. That's what a brake flush is, right? Let's do it. Fluid's actually in pretty good shape. I did also start, I ran a bunch of brake clean up there, trying to flush all the oil off of this under tray. We're going to have to pull it all down and pinpoint where the leak is. A lot going on behind the turbo. They want me to do an axle on that Subaru apparently. So while he works on this, oil leaks from the lines going to the turbocharger, and it looks like there's some kind of a baffle or something on the side of the block under the exhaust. Something else under there is also leaking. Might have to do some tear down to pinpoint it. But we're working on a rough estimate what's going on with all that stuff for this customer. I'm going to put it behind the Volkswagen, pull that Subaru and do an axle. Haven't done an axle in a while. I think the last time I did them was on that 2001 Isuzu Trooper. Look at this fine specimen. 2006 Subaru. Driver's window doesn't work. I had to put down the passenger one. 116,000 miles and a love rating of 4. I don't know which axle it is, but remove and replace front CV axle assembly one side. Okay, doesn't say which one. We'll figure it out. This car's familiar to me. I think we work on it a lot, and I think it also needs a lot of work. Check things off the box one at a time. 19mm, if I remember correctly, these are held in with a roll pin on the inside. It was like the older ones I remember. Man, it's still kind of cold out. I don't know how it's going to reach 80 today, but it still feels like it's only low 60s. This axle looks new. At least the nut is. Maybe that's a new hub bearing. Uh-oh. This one's toe up from the flow up. So I'm guessing it's a left side axle. Although it looks like it's been replaced too, but probably a while ago. You can only expect them to last so long when they're 49 bucks. Or 69 bucks, whatever it was. Alright. Sometimes on these you can take the nut off the axle here. Get the pin out of there inside and pop it out and slide the axle out. Sometimes it won't clear and you have to undo some stuff. Well, we might try it. Let's see. Now, we're changing the axle, so you can just rip this off of here, and normally, honestly, it wouldn't even hurt anything if you weren't changing it, but it's a good practice to relieve some of this so that it'll come off a little easier and be less likely to do any damage. Just a little center punch. It's an old tool I've had forever. I grind the tip pointy again once in a while just for this kind of thing. I think that's a 32mm. It's a little loose, but a 31 doesn't fit, so. Cover your ears. Sorry, I was late. This does not have a roll pin on the inside, by the way. I looked at the new axle, it has a clip on it. Maybe I'm remembering older ones. This is a 2006. I thought that was an older one. This has a ball joint stud you can take out, or I can do the strut. The problem with the strut version is you mess the wheel alignment up, and it's an hour and a half to do the axle, and the alignment would be an hour. So I'm not sure we're going to do that. What I could do is pull one of the strut bolts out, see if it's got any kind of a slot or if it's just a round hole. If it's a round hole, we'll go ahead and pull that out. Let's do that. What do you think? Let go! Let go! Yeah, that looks alright. I think it's round, kinda. We'll mark this just in case. Make me feel better. Give that a minute to set up, and on we go. Man, that's a good strut mount. Or maybe it's not. Got it. Alright. Just in case we get some tranny fluid. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Can't go.
Okay. No can do. You won't fight so bad. Wow. That is quite interesting. Let's see if our specially made axle slide hammer setup will do it. Hopefully it will. Problem is, it might be too big for the job. Turn the wheel a little bit, hopefully my slide hammer doesn't hit the ground. Let's see if we can get some orientation going. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted, but something like that. Ow. This tool doesn't want to fit up in there. Can't slide the slide hammer once it's in place. That's cool. Listen, it's my way or the highway. Of course, now I got to throw this thing out on the highway. There's a lot of sharp stuff going on in here, which is unusual, but we got it. Put some grease on the clip to kind of help center a little bit. It's not a perfect science, but it helps. For some reason, when the clip's not flopping around completely, it makes it a little easier going together sometimes. And you know right off the bat, because a few taps it should pop in. Just like that. See, I told you it's easy. So much for the grand finale I had planned. That's alright, you guys know everything's easy around here. Hey man, you know, you pop right in the transmission without much trouble. You're gonna pop right in here without much trouble too, or else. You guys see what I gotta do? I can't see it. There it is. Something's happening. Come on, man. Let's just get this done. I knew that was gonna happen.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Gravity check. This is gonna be. Oh, you're lucky, man. You were headed for war. I'd been trash talking you on Facebook and everything. I normally like to put these in front to back, but I'm putting them in the way they were, just so there's less risk with the job. Alright. Now it's professionalism like no other channel. Where is that? Oh, there's a mark right there. There's a mark right there. These all look like they're pretty close to lined up. This does have a cam on this bolt, by the way. So I'm glad I marked them. Yep. The bolt has a little play in it, so it's not a perfect science. We got this bolt here too, it's a 12. I'm just gonna do that real quick and then we'll set this camber adjustment really close to where it was. I'm gonna ask them if they want to do an alineamento. So what we're going to do is tighten the bottom bolt and hold this in a little bit, because these marks, I had them pretty accurate. You see if I go inside there just a little bit, it's not much, but it's going to matter. Now I can line this bolt up too, just in case it matters. And an axle nut and a wheel, we should be good to go. We didn't lose any transmission fluid, but I still got to look at the level. I got one gold nut and one silver nut. It's fine with me. Now I got to torque it before I stake this. You can use an old screwdriver, chisel, whatever you got. This old screwdriver, she takes a beating. I'll probably use that just for the excitement of the content. 162 on the spindle nut, or axle nut if you want to call it. Good morning. 90's not going to cut it. I normally keep my torque wrench on 90. $162. Got a screwdriver holding her in place. We'll see how that goes. Barely turned, but it did. Now, stake the old girl in place, which doesn't really seem to do much, but everyone likes to do it, so we do it. We're good. One more once over on my brake hose. All my marks are lined up. We're not doing an alignment, so we're gonna call it good. Of course, I'll have to drive it, make sure the steering wheel is not off or anything weird. I mean, obviously I'm pretty close. What do you think? Pretty close? That's what I thought you'd say. Let's get the wheel on there and go for a little drive. Well, this turret's not feeling too good. There's sharp edges on these nuts too. Good thing for leather hands. I remember like a week or so ago when I cut my finger with the grinder. It's gone, like Wolverine. $88 foot-pounds on those. Back down you go. First floor, buttercups, biscuits, and umbrellas. That's fine. That's fine. There's no coming back from that. Definitely want to pull that splash shield down and get a better look. This thing is leaking after running a bit from the timing cover. That's most of the leak. I don't know if you can see that there, but I cleaned it all off, and it's wet again at the timing cover joint. So I do think also that the turbo tubes are leaking too, the oil feed tubes in the turbo. So it's going to be expensive, but we'll see what he wants to do. Timing cover gasket and turbo oil pipes. That's the start too. I mean, as you can see back here, it's dry above that wet spot where the tab sticks out. I don't know if you can see that dead center of the screen. That's the head gasket, but it could also be from the timing cover running down that seam. 114,000 miles. It's over. Oh, that's a, oh, nope. That's what we're working on. Heck yeah. Classic Chevrolet Sierra. Well, GMC actually. What the heck? I don't like driving with shoes under my brake pedal. That's just me. Wheel alignment. 2002 Chevy Silverado. 159,000 barely broken in miles. I'm gonna check the front end before we do this one. There's front end parts in the bag, so hopefully there isn't a misunderstanding. We're supposed to rebuild the front end and do a wheel alignment for 1 hour, but we're gonna see. I would not be surprised the way things have been going. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it entertaining. Stay tuned. Anything can happen. Let's get a peek underneath the suspension. Give this thing a love rating of 4. See what's up. The tint, the window tint is a little darker than legal, but lately in this town anything goes. That's good. I wasn't expecting that. Oh yeah, this thing's perfect. Nice. I wonder why he's got suspension parts on the seat. All joints seem good. Got new shocks, Bilsteins. Holy moly. This truck's getting nicer the more I look. It's usually the other way around. Well, that might look like it's confused and thinks it's a Cadillac. But it's because I haven't put it in yet. I don't think this is going to have a barcode in the door jamb. It might have it up on the window sticker. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, look at that thing. There you go. Uh-oh. No quadra steer. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Okay. 2002. Sensors are mounted. Let's go for a ride. Oh, that's high performance. Is that a replacement headliner? It's kind of weird. A tan interior, you got a tan headliner, I would think, no? Boom. Oh, I gotta put my frame angles. It's almost always 1 degree. What do you think? I'm gonna put in 1 degree. 1. All right. Oh, that's a good sign. Let's see what the caster looks like. time, it's not really that bad. Okay. Lock the steering wheel right there. Let's get to work. $34 3/4. Huh. 33.5. An inch and a quarter difference in ride height from right to left. That's concerning. I'm gonna jack up the front wheels so I can get to the adjuster dealios in there. A little easier. You can do it without jacking it, but the fact that it's sagging in the left front and he doesn't want to do the springs tells me to just do the jack version. At least it'll be flat while I'm doing the adjustment. I don't have it completely off the ground, just enough to get some room between the tire and the left wheel is being adjusted to specification. I'm going to put this in ready mode, get an opening wrench for the other side. Gotta loosen it more. All right, man. Settle down. Bring the rear of the upper arm in to increase the caster.
That kit comes with special bent wrenches for that, man. You want to buy them?
No, that's alright. So far, so good, but we'll see.
You go from up there? Oh yeah, this that one. Never mind.
It's been so long since I did one of these, I forgot about these inserts having to come out. The who? The pallets on it?
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of it. It's like it's there in my mind, but it's not coming out. But apparently somebody drove it and now it's stuck. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it got stuck in the storm drain.
They died. They're like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. There you go. Now we're cooking with bacon grease. At least I think we are. Now I know it's maxed out. It's either going to go the correct way and make it better, or it's going to make it worse. Oh, I'm going to block the heads while I adjust it. I have to step back and take a peek each time I move it a bit. We're really close now. All right, after playing by myself for a little while and playing with you guys a little bit, we got it pretty good. So 1/10 caster to the left, 2/10 camber to the left. Now we're gonna set the toe and let it go. It's easy. That sagging spring, it's probably, if we ever do springs or he does springs, we'll have to realign it, but it would probably help with that camber a little bit. When the suspension moves, the camber changes height, so the height of the vehicle and the angle of the arms affects the measurements a lot. So anyway, let's set the toe and this thing will be done. Is that a 21 on that thing? Seriously? Must be aftermarket stuff. I thought these were always 22s. What do my alignment guys think that are out there? Oh, actually, I want to go out on this. I don't have to move my nuts away when I'm going further out. Let me see here. Quarter turn at a time. Now this is out a lot because we changed the camber and caster a lot. So The toe was the only thing green before, basically. Now the toe is the only thing not. Get this snugged up on the jam nut. We'll go to the other side. Now you know why I didn't go to get it exactly in the center, because it moves, and they always do a little bit. Same thing on this side, toe out. Show you how much I'm turning it each time. I go like this. And we go back over there. That's within the margin of error, probably. I'll go a little further. And I think I'll bring the other side back in just to feel like I'm going the extra mile. Oh boy. And I'll probably go toed out a little bit again when I tighten it again. Alright. Winner. Get a chicken dinner. Got a nice green machine with the wheel lock off. The only thing left now is a road test. Well, you want to take those off first so you don't get a lot of clunkety clunk. Alright guys, we got some project truck stuff done. There'll be a video on that. Parking brake cable video. Day in the shop videos coming to a close. I appreciate you watching. Kind of an odd week. I did 51 hours, not bad. And like 2 days of it I worked on the Ferrari. So really wasn't a bad week. But would have been nice if the Ferrari was done, because it's going to be like 20-25 hours on that thing so far, and I'm not done with it. We'll see what happens with that. Torque the like button on your way out if you got something from today's video. Subscribe if you're new and you just found Making It Work. Where have you been? Hope I see you in the next video, because you're awesome. Have a great weekend.